With the Delta variant of the coronavirus spreading rapidly across the world, healthcare systems in the affected countries are being overwhelmed. There are concerns the Delta variant could find its way to our shores here in St. Kitts and Nevis, a possibility Tourism Minister Lindsey Grant hinted to last week at a press conference.
The Delta variant, as it is right now, is the main reason for the increase in the COVID-19 cases in the United States, in Florida in particular. Just last week, had over 23,000 persons testing positive. I have been advised that this variant has a higher transmission rate and the impact greater on one's health.
Despite some 60% of the target population in St. Kitts and Nevis fully vaccinated, there is still much vaccine hesitancy in the country. Some are suggesting there is no need to take the vaccine, even with the threat of the more transmissible Delta variant.
Best solution, we went through a whole year, Mr. Huey, without any vaccine. We had 40-something people in the country who had the COVID and recovered. Nobody interviewed these people up to now to find out exactly what happened to them and how did they recover. Okay? Most of us, we wear a mask, sanitize our hand, and if you're saying eventually it'll go away, well, okay, then I could continue wearing my mask, I could continue sanitizing my hand.
But Dr. Cuthbert Sebastian, vaccination is the best way to protect against the virus, which proves also to be effective against the Delta variant.
Over 99% of people who are vaccinated are doing well, meaning that the vaccine is working based on the statistics, and nearly half of the U.S. population is vaccinated. So that tells me that it's working. And yes, we've seen some hospitalizations of vaccinated individuals, but it's so small compared to the unvaccinated. I have colleagues who are working in the ICU in the U.S. who tell me that they see most of the cases are unvaccinated individuals. Sadly, by that time, there's not many things that they can do. So it's honestly better to have that take all precaution as possible, because you don't want to be in that statistic where you end up really sick with COVID-19 and you're in that situation and we're stuck between a rock and a hard place and we can't do anything for you at that point.
Dr. Sebastian painted a grim picture of how serious the Delta variant is.
Currently, there's a huge surge in every country that has the Delta variant. You look at the Tortola, the BVI, for example, they're having massive problems. The healthcare system is getting overwhelmed because of that. And when the healthcare system is overwhelmed with one particular thing, all the other things start to suffer, whether it's like the chronic illnesses. For example, some surgeries may not be able to happen, especially if people are sick with COVID-19. And you know, the Delta variant is a lot more contagious than the other strains. I believe it's 9 times more contagious. And that's because it mutated from the original strain, where it actually latches on to the cell a lot better, and it actually reproduces more of itself than the original one. So that's why it's more contagious.
The Delta variant is quickly becoming the dominant variant worldwide, including in some countries that had avoided surges earlier in the pandemic. Andre Huey for SKN Newsline.